The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Pit Life BBQ podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnny Maggs.
What's up? Am I on? That just didn't sound right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life BBQ podcast. Thank you all for tuning back in for another wild ride we got this week. I'm excited about this week. Yeah. Excited. So let's just get this part out of the way.
Okay.
Did I or did I not state the fact that I was going to win the Burger Bash?
Oh, we knew it was going to happen. Yes, you did, and so did I.
Heck yeah.
So congratulations. I didn't know if we were hitting on that yet.
We mopped the floor with him.
Yes. Winner of last week's barbecue comp here at the Two Guys Smoke Shop. We had the event, a burger comp. It was Mr. Johnny Maggs of Pit Life BBQ versus Mr. Jonathan of the Cigar Authority podcast. And, absolutely wiped the floor. What was it, like 6 paid-for votes from him? And 15 or more for you, I believe, was the turnout.
About that, yeah.
Slaughtered him.
There we go. Now we got the show going. Perfect. What's up, Dutch? C-Mac, what's going on?
Hi,
Mike C, Chapin. No, I'm not sure exactly who won the grill, but nobody we knew.
Oh, no, it was. It was one of our regulars. And
one of the regulars?
He listens to this show too, actually.
Oh, does he?
So congrats. I want to say it was Rick.
Rick, yes.
I believe it was Rick. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that was telling me earlier. He's like, he listens
Dave
to
tried
the
buying
podcast
it, too.
He did. Dave did try buying it from him from cash. He does that.
Max, what's up? Mikey, what's happening? But let's get right on down so we can get to our guest. Today's show brought to you by Uncle Steve Shake. You ever wonder why there's a line of people coming into your neighbor's backyard when they're having a barbecue, but when you do, there's nobody showing up? Do you know why, Chrissy?
Because they're not using Uncle Steve Shakes, which, by the way, was used on the winning burgers. Can I also just say we should change the ad now to, you know why I'm winning burger comps?
Another award-winning
Uncle
Steve Shake.
Yes.
Uncle Steve uses some of the freshest ingredients to provide his 12 fantastic flavors, including his competition line and dessert shake.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve has incredible customer service. If you call up, he's gonna answer the phone. He is customer service. He is HR. He will answer any of your shake needs, flavor profiles. He can steer you in the right direction of what would be perfect for you. Also, check out his Facebook page, Uncle Steve Shake Nation, for some extra giveaways and some discount codes here and there. So check that out at UncleSteveShake.com. Shake some on everything. Also brought to you by TwoGuysCigars.com and Two Guys Smoke Shop. I always keep the smoke rolling thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com. Today, I don't even know how the hell you say this.
Good luck.
Ozgener. Osgener Family Cigars. Well, we dropped the ball on that one.
Yep.
They ain't going to be a sponsor. Thanks to our friends at TwoGuysCigars.com. I get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world. And so can you. Just visit TwoGuysCigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2, GuysCigars.com. Also brought to you by Backline Fabrication. Ryan Newland is building some of the wildest pits coming out of Austin, Texas today. Custom one-of pits. If you can think it, he can build it. From a backyard model all the way up to a 1,000-gallon trailer, including his multi-tool, charcoal grill, plancha, Santa Maria, and a couple other ones thrown in there for the fun of it. Absolutely insane. Ryan is a true artist with metal fabrication. He'll have a conversation with you on what you would like, what you think, your personality, family members, everything. And he'll incorporate these little things he'll pick from those conversations into your pit, which I still is terrifying me because we haven't had that conversation. And the clock is ticking. October 1st is coming real quick.
I feel like maybe he's had conversations and he just knows you well enough.
Oh, clearly they already had him and my wife. But anywho, check Ryan out at Backline Fab and Backline Smokers on all social medias. And, if you can think it, he can build it. Backline Fab. Build what you want, not what you need. Also brought to you by Magna Chef Gloves. Our brother and guest last week, Alan Fonte, knows a little something about fire management. He's a Miami-Dade firefighter. He has designed these Magna Chef gloves from the ground up. Food-grade silicone, patented magnetic clips for an easy on-off. You will not drop your glove right back into it. Heat-rated up to 500 degrees. Web fit for firm grip. One size fits all. Dishwasher safe. But don't forget about the new Freedom Glove. Oh, new to the market just recently. The Freedom Glove takes it to the next level. 14-inch long cuff protecting your forearms.
Yep.
Once again, magnetic clips for easy on and off. 5-finger flexible. If you weren't the web fit, if you were more
whatever you want to call that.
happy with the 5 fingers. These are heat rated up to 932 degrees. Wow. He hit this with a torch and just sat there with his hand flipping it back.
Okay.
A lot of work goes into getting those numbers. Great for all the Magna Chef line. Get you some for your barbecue trailer, your backyard, the kitchen. And at checkout, use code ROYAL21, as in American Royal. ROYAL21 for 15% off your order. Magna Chef gloves, master the fire, and Freedom gloves, take a stand, free your hands.
Hey,
I like that one.
I like that.
Also brought to you by CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. Our brother Ian Hemming is making what I consider the Yeti of cutting boards out of Magnolia, Texas. I've had these boards from the get-go going well over 4 years now, and they are still pristine. These boards take an absolute beating. 100% dishwasher safe, high condensed UV protection, comfort slide and protection. Even on a wet surface, these boards will not slip on you. Multicolors available, and that deep lip reservoir to catch all that juicy goodness from whatever protein you're cooking. From your standard countertop board to the massive 16 by 36, 18 by 36 brisket board, and the new to the market, his pizza board for that perfect slice every time. Check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. That is the letter R, us.com. All right. Yes. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Go home if you're sick.
I'm not. I muted my mic, but I feel
You're
like
going to get me sick. You're going to get our guests sick. What the hell are you trying to do here?
he's fine. He'll be fine.
And if anybody could see that T-shirt, they'd laugh their ass off. Nice bumblebees.
Yeah. To be or not to be. It's a think piece. You see, some people go, what does your shirt say? It's got 2 B's. Then it says the words or not, and it has 2 more B's. And people are like, what? And I have to explain it.
Yeah.
It's good.
All right.
It weeds out the idiots.
All right, I'm excited to talk to this guest today. Such a great guy. I first heard of this gentleman years ago when I was getting my start. I was watching a little TV show called Smoked, and he was on with a good friend of his. They were having a little battle back and forth, so they did it like men. They took it to the pits and let the judges decide. But without any further ado, let's welcome our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us live from Scottsdale, Arizona, from the Luton Booty BBQ and also team member of YSB barbecue team, the one and only Mr. Sterling Smith. What's up, brother?
John. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hanging in there. We're trying not to melt.
Man, it's hot everywhere, bro.
Oh, absolutely. So, man, thank you so much for taking the time. I reached out to you, about a month ago, and you're like, yo, absolutely. I'm a little busy, but, does the 9th work? Hell yeah, it works.
Let's go.
Let's go. We got a lot to talk about because you're busy to begin with. You're all over the place between your team, the YSB team, everything else. And then there was a little other information at the end of last week that came out we'll get to, which is exciting as all hell. But first and foremost, for anyone who might not know you, who is Sterling Smith and how did you start your barbecue journey?
Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely. Who am I? That's a hard question. I stay up at night sometimes thinking that, I'm wondering who I am. But I mean, I could go on forever about that. But, my foray into barbecue, I was actually born in the Memphis, Tennessee, and raised in the South, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia. I knew barbecue growing up, and, I knew the old timey pits. I've been into old places. I've had barbecue. I've been around some, uncles who are pig farmers here and there, and some people, every now and then we'd throw a pig in the ground, but it was just something that, I was on the outskirts kind of watching and watching and seeing. And then, throughout time, I joined the military and was stationed in San Diego and Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. And when I got out, I moved to Arizona. I met my wife on the beach in San Diego, and lo and behold, she was in Arizona, and here I am, 20 something years later. But I put myself through college after the military, got a degree in finance, and I started working for banks. So I worked for some of the largest banks in the world doing commercial real estate financing, small business banking, lending, a lot of that kind of stuff. And eventually, a bank out of Kansas City opened up a wealth management and private banking group here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So eventually they recruited me to head over their small business banking group. And that bank is out of Kansas City, and they are the largest sponsors of the American Royal, and still are. It's a family-owned bank there in Kansas City. So every year they have an employee barbecue competition there on the grounds of what was the old Kemper Arena.
Okay.
So they wanted all their districts to come and compete in this event, and it was a thing that they did to build morale throughout the. Boulevard Beer would come out and serve beer, and a band played, and it was a cool thing. And they wanted the Arizona team. We were a fresh banking branch to come and represent a team. And they're like, who wants to go to this barbecue thing? And I was like, oh, man, I'll go. Sign me up, bro. I could flip some steaks. I can flip some chicken wings. I can do all that over a gas grill in my backyard, which, to me, that was barbecue. And then I get there and I see, RVs and trailer smokers. And they brought over a brisket like this bucket, this big. And I'm like, what do I do with that? I have no clue. And then I became infatuated with it. I just saw everybody having a great time. I saw that this was a thing, and this was 2007. So it was early 2007. They brought us back, and it was this American Royal time to cook for the American Royal, them at the American Royal. And so we went and cooked for them. So I got to see the American Royal at the grounds of, Kemper Arena in 2007. It was, the crazy times. It was phenomenal. And I just said, how do I get into this? And so I got back to Arizona and researched everything barbecue, from competitions to smokers to events. And I found the Arizona Barbecue Club, and I joined them, and I went to Home Depot and got an El Cheapo Brinkman for $50, some lighter fluid, a big bag of mesquite wood, pork butt on my way home, and burnt the shit out of it. And I had smoke going everywhere. There's a fire station not too far from my house. I'm surprised they weren't knocking on my door like, bro, you're doing it wrong. And, eventually I just wanted to learn and get better. And in 2009, I decided to start a team, and from there, it just kind of did its thing, and started as a hobby, something I do, in the backyard to have fun with my friends, to drink some beer on the weekends and release and just do something to, getting older and fatter, and, I can't swing a golf club like I used to. And, I can't fix cars. So, barbecue was calling me. And, it eventually became my full-time job. Now I have a brand, a line that I produce. I sell nationally, internationally. I wrote 2 books. I teach classes across the country. I'm a rep for Green Mountain Grills and the grill grates and other barbecue products. I also, work on distribution of my own product. And I work with Barbecue Champs Academy to teach classes online. So there's a lot of spinning wheels that I have going on right now with the business side of it. But like I said, it started as a fun side project. And, I really didn't find my calling and my passion until, I was, late 30s, decided, I want to do this, and I think going to obviously college to get my degree in finance and looking at, financial reports and writing 10-page reports on why a bank should give this guy $10 million for this building. It's obviously helped me a lot in my own business, numbers and all that. But I realized that I can do it, and, there's no looking back right now.
Awesome. Let me just look real.
That's in a nutshell. That's just,
that's great. That's great. Juke Moreno, what's up? Jimmy Hardesty, what's going on? You know Juke?
Yeah, I think he's a Barbecue Champs Academy. He's taking some classes over there. He's been crushing it out there.
Good dude right there, brother.
Yeah, man. Good dude.
Matt Pereira, what's going on? Robert, what's happening? Gray Reiner, what's going down? Kevin Turner, what's up? Jeff Nelson.
Kevin's good dude, too.
Well, Kevin Turner has a little something to say about you there, buddy. One of the best ambassadors in barbecue. Smitty has taken me in like family from day one.
Good dude. Absolutely.
Yep, for sure. Awesome.
That's what we do.
100%. 100%. And, it's, months back we had Cosmo on. And he was saying, like, when he got his start, everything was still in that hush-hush. No.
Nobody said nothing to nobody.
But where it is now, sure, here it is. You still got to pull it off. I'll tell you everything. You need to execute the process.
That's the hardest part, is doing it. I can tell you, you can read a book, you can watch videos, you can go to a class. I can sit and tell you. I can look over your shoulder, or you can watch me all day long. But until you light a fire in your backyard, until you get your timing down, and until you trim that piece of meat 1,000,000 times, until you can look at that smoke in your smoker and say, oh, that grill's at this temperature and that meat's at this temperature this time, just because you've done it 1,000,000,000 times, that's when you really know. But it takes lighting a fire and doing it. Yep. You got to execute, and you'll never execute until you do that repetitively over and over and over and over. Just like anything in life, the more you do, the better you get, more efficient you get, more streamlined. The more you know, the more knowledge you get. It's all about lighting that fire. Yep. But that knowledge you get from either taking a class, going online to a video, reading a book, whatever, that gives you that head start to at least know what to ask. Some people, when I started, I didn't even know what to ask. I had no clue where to start. There was no even beginning. It was just, what do you do? Okay, there's a lighter and some charcoal and a piece of meat. Get at it. Throw some salt at it. How long do I cook it? I don't know. Burn a few until it touches you.
That's it.
There's been a lot of burnt meat. Been a shit ton of burnt meat.
For sure, right there with you. So, and that was
around 2007 when I started kind of looking at, and this, when I started, was kind of right before Barbecue Pit Masters, got hot, and everybody said, "Oh, fuck, look at this!
Yeah,
it's a new thing, and we're all Pit Masters now." So I saw that wave come through right after Pit Masters, but I started kind of right before that, and that's kind of that where, like you said, there was no. You just had to do it. You had to do it, and you may have somebody to take you under your wing. You may have somebody to ask a question to pop off. I had an older gentleman here in Arizona who was a great guy, and who actually said, "Hey man, do you mind if I ask you some questions?" Took me to lunch, and he taught me a lot about just the feel and the touch. And that was years ago. But he actually took the time to do that. And that takes somebody who wants to spread love and knowledge to do that.
Well, 100%. So like you were saying, you started really in 2007. Now, just before Pit Masters had started, now I can't remember how long Pit Masters ran, but like I had said in the intro, I first found out about you of your episode of Smoked when it was you and Phil Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. Phil the Grill, my good buddy.
Phil the Grill, yeah. The JayZ of BBQ.
Self-proclaimed JayZ.
Oh, it was a great episode. They're great. So what year was that, and how long?
Oh, man, that's funny. I'm trying to think of that year. So let's take this back. I've been competing since 2009. I actually got my first KCBS Grand Championship in 2013. This is actually a great story. So I'm on Kemper Arena in 2007, competing with the bank in Arizona. had not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I get my first KCBS Grand Championship in 2013 at Slaborama competition in Arizona, huge comp, 88 teams. So that qualifies me for the Invitational, the American Royal Invitational in 2014. So I go cook the American Royal Invitational in 2014. The last year, it was on the grounds of Kemper Arena before they moved it to. It was out at the Chiefs Stadium after that, and now it's obviously at the Speedway. So last year at Kemper Arena, I go there for my first time as a competitive team. I get my invite. I take first in chicken with a perfect 180 and 7th place ribs in the Invitational. I get smoked in another 2 meats, and I come back in the Open, and I take second in pork, 19 the brisket reserve grand champion of the American Royal in 2014. So 7 years later, going from, this is pretty cool, I want to do this, to the last year actually there that I get to get my feet dirty and walk the grounds. It's pretty neat experience to get to do that. I don't even know the question you said. I kind of got off on a tangent there.
But basically, how long was when you started professionally into your show on Smoked?
Oh, yeah. So I think that was 2017. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was like 17 or 16. I'm trying to recall my memories. There's a lot of blunts in there that block. I know, but I'm thinking it's 16 or 17. I'm thinking it's right around that year that we went up. Phil and I went out and filmed that show, and it was an amazing experience. It was an awesome time. It opened my eyes a lot on how TV works and shows and a lot of that kind of stuff. So, it was just cool to experience it and to be there with my wife, who was my teammate there, and to have my great friend, one of my best barbecue friends, still the grill, and his wife there to experience that together was just a phenomenal time. And something that we'll always have.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. There's Uncle Steve. What's up, Uncle Steve? Chris Rosinski is asking a great question. What was the turning point where you decided to jump from the comfort of finance, and did you just do it and take the chance, or was there a build-up?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about this. After that American Royal in 2014, that was when Old World Spices had a program where, hey, if you were thinking about putting a seasoning out or something or having your own line, sign this waiver. And if you do okay at the American Royal, you may have the opportunity to work with them on this American Royal Championship rub line, right? Boom. I mean, right place, right time, right? I signed the waiver. They reached out to me after and said, hey, Sterling, you did awesome at the Royal this past year. Would you like to be involved in this championship rub line that we have? We'd like to have you as our pork rub, since you placed second in pork in the Open. I jumped on it right away and I said, let's go. I'd love the opportunity to work with you. So we created a pork rub with Old World Spices. That was in 2014 when they had this program with Walmart to put this out, American Royal Championship rub line, featuring chicken rub by, it was Caveman Cuisine. The rib rub was Mike Laudable, Mike Davis. I had the pork rub in that for Luton Booty. And the brisket rub was Lucky Dogs out of the New Braunfels. I think they took first or second in brisket that year. So it was cool. We got to work with them to build this rug program. They, paid us a royalty on it, shipped it out. Really cool thing. I thought it was really cool, and that was my foray into start building my own Luton Booty barbecue rubs. So the fortuitous thing about that program is, Old World Spices wanted to change it every year. 2015, we're going to now have new teams in here. Because, they won that year. Yeah. So Walmart said, no, we don't like that. We already built customers who like these rubs. And so right place, right time. Perfect. So, that rub's still going to this day, sold throughout the world. So right place, right time. Eventually over time, I took that pork rub and put it into a bottle and they branded it as Luton Booty Everything Rub. So Luton Booty Everything Rub is pretty much that pork rub, which is American Royal Championship line. Okay, because that's what I was about to get into. And that's we have, at least I have with me right now, is the Everything Rub. Mm-hmm. Then I had the Gold Star Chicken Rub. Absolutely.
The What's Your Beef, which is just a great name. And I'm surprised it took however long for someone not to say it.
I researched the shit out of it. I was like, nobody has this name.
What's the beef? Go back to the 80s. On the Wendy's commercial.
Wendy's,
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? I love that commercial.
What's the beef? So there you go.
It's the patties like this big.
Yeah. Then the one that always has been catching everybody's eye, and even you asked, what is this? The Jolly Roger, your jalapeno garlic, the black rub.
Oh yeah, that one's on.
That's
another level.
This is crazy.
Thank you.
I love this.
And then my new one is El Jefe Grande. I got a Southwest kind of carne asada taco style rub that's on the market now, and Old World's producing that one, and I'm distributing that as well. But yeah, so I obviously started my own, turning into everything rub. That was the first one. So I have been working while I was in banking for several years. I but decided to go full term barbecue. I'm thinking this was like 2018, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2017. So I had a little bit of royalty stuff going on with Old World. I had started to work with Green Mountain Grills a little bit more as a brand ambassador, getting some brand ambassador income. And then there was an opportunity to be a rep with the company as well. So I'm not only a brand ambassador, I'm a manufacturer's rep, and I cover Colorado and New Mexico for all the dealers, and work with bringing new deals in and working with our dealers currently right now. So I had a few things in the works before I cut the cord full time, but there was a point in my life where I said, you know what, I don't want to be in the same situation 5 years, 10 years from now, thinking, what if I would have did it? I told myself that if I told myself I would be 5 years behind, I'd be 10 years behind, I'd be 15 years behind. I said, if you do it now, I'm ahead of the game. So I just said, it took a lot of love and support from my family and my wife to make that decision. But one of the best decisions in my life. It's amazing to have your own power and freedom to run your own company, to build your own brand, to market for yourself, and to take that knowledge and business to put it in play and actually, build something for my family and a legacy for my kids is something that I didn't want to look back and say what if.
Yep. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. And props to you for doing that. 100%. But as you were speaking about Green Mountain Grills, I had recently got the new Green Mountain Grill Trek.
Yeah, little guy.
Love it.
So that chicken I told you about, that perfect 180 at the American Royal 2014, that was cooked on the Davy Crockett, the D&G Davy Crockett, which is the predecessor to the Trek. That's kind of my foray into working with Green Mountain Grills too, because I was the first person to get a 180 on one of their grills.
Oh, perfect.
And, but that little grill it's a workhorse.
Yeah.
You get so much flavor off of that. I think that smaller chamber gives you a smokier product. I think it has time for the smoke to, move around in there and have some, turbulence and get everything in there. And I really like that grill.
Yeah, because I did.
I'm looking at one on my patio right now.
Yeah, because I did. It was somewhere between 10 and 12, because that's what I had in the freezer of pork butts, 10 to 12 pound pork butts.
Yeah, man.
And it fit with plenty of room.
Easy.
Because you looked at it originally and go, we're gonna find out. And then money
with the peaked lid. Once you open that stuff, once you open it up, it is like it's almost like walking to a room with peaked vaults. It's
vault
bigger.
Shields,
It opens it up, you know, and it allows you to have a higher product, a topper heavy product, if you will, like a big roast, pork shoulder or something like that. Turkey.
Yeah, and it came out fantastic.
I love that grill. I mean, just the ease of hitting a button, letting the computer do the work. I mean, I'll do that shit all day.
Oh yeah.
I love the romanticism of lighting a fire. I do. If you look at my yard out here, I got 30 something grills. It's like an old junkyard for grills. But and I love lighting the fire as much as everybody else. But I also love the convenience of hitting a button and just throwing something on and letting the computer do the work. So the days we live in is we have that option. We have the option to do what we want. So I'm gonna why cheat yourself when you can treat yourself? Give yourself the best options available.
Absolutely. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine. I don't know if you ever met him, Steve Ray from the Owl's Nest BBQ show.
I don't. We may have met at the Royal a couple times. I know him through social media. I know he's with Green Mountain Grills with the Owl's Nest. He does that.
Yeah, in his barbecue pro shop he has down in Ottawa, Tennessee. He's he sells them.
Yeah, he's a great promoter for Green Mountain Grill. Absolutely.
And he asked me if I could ask you If you can speak on the new Green Mountain Grill, I'm going to try this. Ripped Grill, the
Okay,
RIPT grill.
Sure,
Is it
absolutely.
ripped?
Yes, it's ripped.
Okay.
RIPT is the so it's a separate company, from Green Mountain Grills, but it is a new innovative product. Tomorrow we'll have a lot more information on it, but it is top of the line technology right now. Nobody's doing what we're doing on this grill. It is a wood chip grill, so we're using wood chips. You're going to get a more smoke. I don't want to say better. Better is a word I don't like using. You're going to get a smokier product from it. So we're basically taking that technology that you get from a pellet grill or a pellet, auger fed pellet grill, and using wood chips in that. So there's a lot of technology behind that, between getting the auger right and the PID control, the moisture of the wood, a lot of stuff going into it. But I've been cooking on one of these grills now for a little bit, and I love the flavor that I'm getting out of it. It's a whole nother level. Built like a tank. But it is separate from Green Mountain Grills due to some issues going on. There are some legal issues that we have right now. It's public information that's out there. Anybody can do their research and look at it. It's nothing that I'm saying out of line, but it is public information that we are being sued by a big corporate entity right now, and there's a lot of stuff happening in the grill industry that's not conducive to what barbecue is.
Yes,
family and love,
for sure. So that's cool. Wood chips. That's badass.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
A game changer right there.
It is. I mean, it's what's really cool about working with a company like Green Mountain Grills is the innovation. It's not just claiming other people's innovation. It's real innovation that we've had before we started it. We were the first to have some pizza oven attachments, some rotisseries on our grills, things like that. We were the first to have the Wi-Fi. That's all their public information. But working with that family has been nothing but awesome for me. They've supported me, and I'm going to do nothing but support and love them. And this is a really cool product that we have coming out, and we're excited about it. And like I said, I've been cooking on it for a while now, and it's the flavor is more. You're going to get a little bit more barbecue-y flavor, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel my wife cringing right now. I know she's watching.
Another one.
Right?
Another one.
That's what she's saying. She goes, another one. He hasn't even got the new one yet. I'm picking that up in October. Junior Salinas, right? What's up? Big Rome, what's happening, boys? So we had the Luton Booty, the Rub Line, the Green Mountain Grills. Like I said, folks, I wasn't joking when I said it at the beginning. He's got his hands in a lot of things.
It's been busy, man. It's been busy.
So where did YSB Barbecue fall into all of this? Because you boys are having some fun.
That was during COVID. Everything shut down. All comps shut down. Everything shut down. Here on the West Coast too, it took us a little bit longer to just get back to opening up. So we saw all these events, and when I say we, I'm talking about me, Luton Booty Barbecue. Kyle is a friend of mine, Kyle Matashevsky. You're Behind Barbecue. He's been competing here in Arizona for probably 10 years plus. And Justin Cofini, Still City Barbecue. He lives out here in Gilbert, Arizona. And I've known Justin for 10 plus years too. We actually competed, Justin and I, at Steel Booty Barbecue in the 2016 We are 2016 Jack Daniels World Pork Champions at Steel Booty Barbecue because we cooked the comp together. So COVID's going on, everything's shut down. We're seeing comps go on in Texas, Midwest stuff was happening, and we were itching. We were itching to get out. So I reached out to Justin initially because we had competed together as Steel Booty, and I said, "Hey man, do you want to get the band back together and maybe go cook a comp or two? We'll have our friend Kyle, who we've known, maybe him join." And we all had lunch. We talked about it. We said, "Hey man, let's go. Let's just all go together instead of all three having our own separate teams and X amount of money drop. Let's just all go together and have fun."
Yep.
At the end of the day, let's have fun. If we do well, we do well. But it was really cool to compete with those guys, to just sit back a little bit, give up some control. You know, I'm a little bit of a control freak, but to give up a little bit of that control. And so we formed, so Loot and Booty, Steel City, Your Behind Barbecue. It was Your Steel Booty. Initially, it was going to be Loot Your City, but it was right after stuff was going on. You know, so Loot Your City was, we were like, no, I don't know if they want to call that name at award ceremony. So we became Your Steel Booty Barbecue. We went to Humble with our first competition in Texas.
Okay.
Like, I'm guessing this is 2021. Yeah, a year ago. We drove out to Texas. We took third overall, you know, like 80 teams. It was amazing. We had a great time. Number one, we had a blast. We ended up doing a couple more together. Nothing in Arizona was back. So, you know, we did well in Shawnee. We ended up GC in like 2 or 3 comps. We get a jack draw, 2 jack draws. And it was just fun to kind of compete, go back to my roots of when I first started. There was a time when I first started that it was fun. You know, I wanted to go out there and drink some beers and have fun. And if I get a call, then, you know, yay, that was a great day. Mm-hmm. It gets to a point to where if I didn't get a call, I was kind of mad. You know, I was beat down a little bit. And I didn't like that. I wanted to get back to the fun times. And it just kind of brought me back to do the reason why I was doing it in the first place, which was just to have fun. And I realized a lot that when I have fun, I do a lot better. And I think everybody needs to realize that, you know, nobody else is out here curing cancer. Nobody's out here feeding a homeless vet, cooking meat in the parking lot. You know, chill out.
Oh, absolutely. 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 So yeah, because I had seen the day of that everybody was waiting for. You get the email for the jack last week.
Absolutely.
And
I was driving to a comp in Colorado when that email came through. It was awesome.
And everyone was posting, you know, good luck to everybody. Good luck to hope your name gets drawn. And, you know, everyone was so great, which is how everything is and how everybody is. Always wishing everybody the best. If I can't do it, I hope you get it. If I don't get the call.
You want to see your good friends do well.
And so I was at work, and I'm just taking a break, and I'm going through things. And I click on TikTok. And the first one that comes up was Kyle. And it shows his pool, and it has Eminem's Guess Who's Back, Guess Who's Back. And all of a sudden, here comes Kyle with a bottle of Jack Daniels, takes a swig, and points it. I'm like, oh, shit, he got word. Yeah. So then I went and I looked, and YSB got the call, and so did Loot and Booty.
I know. I was
draws of this jack.
To get my team, and then my side team is really cool because, you know, those guys will cook as YSB, then I'll cook as Loot and Booty with my wife. But just to have that opportunity to show that, you know, we're out there putting in hard work. We're out there making it happen. You know, it's hard work. It's a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, it's hard work. It's organization. It's, you know, getting your shit straight.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? But to have that, and then and I did make the false statement, so I want to retract the statement. I said I was the first team to have 2 teams in the jack at the same time. And, you know, Brad from Getting Basted had to, you know how he is. He has to come stomp everybody's fire out. So this year he's actually got Getting Basted and his team Blues Hog too, because they won Memphis in May.
Oh, yeah.
So he has 2 teams in the draw too.
That's right. That's right. I forgot he jumped with Blues.
Stomped out my fire. So so he's obviously going to be Getting Basted. The Blues Hog guys will do their thing. But, you know, it was cool to see, you know, friends and people do that. And that was just awesome to do, to be able to represent you know, Arizona. This will be my 4th time to be able to go and represent Arizona out the jack, and, you know, cook my ass off and have a fun time there, and that experience to be with all that elite level of competitors, and just to have the camaraderie, and that place is special. You know, the jack is just special, and it's a fun time, and I'm excited to go back again, man. I can't wait.
Did you get your reservations for a meal at Miss Mary's?
So like I said, I was at a competition all weekend up in Colorado. We got back Sunday, so first thing Monday morning, called right away, and I got Friday in at 11. First one on Friday, 11 a.m. We're ready to roll. Yeah,
they tell me Miss Mary's is the place to get a nice home cooked meal down there.
You got to do, and what we were told was, so last year it used to be, you know, family style, and they would have a host come and, you know, serve you and talk about the story of Miss Mary Bobo's and the boarding house and Jack and how it's all related, and you get to experience and soak it all up. Last year was kind of you know, post-COVID, so it was smaller, smaller tables, smaller sections. It didn't feel like it was that, traditional, Miss Mary Bobo's. But when we made the reservation, the lady made sure to tell us, like, guess what? We're back, family style. You have a host. You're going to get a story. We're like, yes, let's
fantastic.
go. I'm a big fan of tradition. I'm a big fan of, sucking up all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy it's all back and, experience it.
Perfect. Efren, what's up, brother? Eric, what's happening, pal? So like I said, you've been at it a long time. The way you speak of from grilling and barbecuing in the backyard straight to the American Royal and the Jack. You speak with so much passion and enjoyment for it. It just shows the truth that this is everything.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
It's on top of it. You're a family man. Your wife is a member of your team. You cook with that. You keep that tightness. He's out doing his thing. You're doing it together, and 100%. That is absolutely beautiful. And my hat's off to you on that. But I would be amiss if we just spent the last 41 minutes or so, talking barbecue.
Yeah.
But you had a post yesterday. I think I'd be amiss if we did not stop and for a moment talk about pyramids and aliens.
I mean, why not talk about pyramids?
Hell
and aliens?
yeah, brother!
Come on, dude. How do you think? Come on, think about that. It's like, look at those pyramids, man. What do you think? How are they perfectly lined up like stars and like at certain angles, the sun shines through it? You think some cats just randomly did that?
Yeah. Well, I was watching something the other day, or either watching it or listening to it. I'm all over the map myself. But they were saying at the foot of the Sphinx, the erosion is not wind and sand erosion. It's actually water erosion.
Think about that.
You would have had to have that water erosion for how many hundreds or thousands of years to take that size and to erode the bottom like that, and then to think of what did had to have been water there. So was it green and lush?
Levitation powers.
Yeah.
Maybe some shit like that.
Hey,
it's for real. For real. Look up there. You ever been out I've been out in the, being in the Navy, in the middle of the ocean when nothing's around, no pollution, no lights, it's a total darkness. If you look up, it's phenomenal what you see up there. You can see a bunch of crazy shit. And there's so many things buried in our earth and the sea, wherever, that we don't even know about. We know so much small percentage. Even our brains, we use so little of our brains and our knowledge. And we have so many barriers we put up as opposed to just, opening up and loving, accepting, and, opening our minds to other ways of thinking, and knowledge and powers and everything that may be. There's a lot more to life if you do that. If you
absolutely.
Let yourself be open and free and accept all of it. Accept it. Accept the earth, the air, the freedom. Now we're going down some crazy shit, right?
That's right.
But I love it. That's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. And I love talking classes because I don't like to talk about recipes in classes because recipes are recipes. I talk about reading the meat, hearing the meat, listen to it, touch it, smell it, look at it. That's going to teach you to cook, not a recipe. There's a lot of clues to look for, and being there, being involved, and using your senses and your powers, and you can accomplish a lot if you open up your mind.
Absolutely. Kent Vanderweerd, Mags, have you been drinking? No, I haven't. There might be a side of Mags you don't know. I do love that, the alien stuff and the pyramid.
Yeah,
ancient Egypt is if I'm clicking through and I see Zahi Hawass, I'm stopping. Stopping.
I just took my family after Christmas. We went to the Chichen Itza, the pyramids out in Cancun, and just looking at that site and looking at all the grounds and like soaking in the energy there. There's a lot going on in these places and a lot of stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah. Now, is Chichen Itza the one that if the sun hits it right, the stairs themselves become the image of the snake?
It's some crazy
shadows.
Shit. Yeah. If it goes through it and it shines down, there's all these numbers involved. And then they play this game where they throw a ball and if it goes through a hole, and then you cut other people's heads off. You know, it's like crazy shit that they did, right?
That's it. It's awesome.
I know, for some crazy god, like, oh, cut his head off. Like, can you imagine just being? I put myself in that set, and I'm like, imagine playing that game, knowing if you lost, your fucking head's cut off.
That's it.
You know, I'm like, run. I'm fucking out of here.
You're gonna put your best effort in. That's for sure.
I'm like, aliens, take me up. Where are you?
Don't bring your B game that day.
I'm like, hey man, can I change? I mean, I want to get drafted. Can I get on this other team? Maybe they're hiring. You know, I'm pretty good at throwing the ball in. You know, trade me 2 coconut shells for this guy. You know.
Oh, I should check out Barstool Sports. They have a whole podcast on aliens. Ooh, Chapin. I'm gonna have to check that out.
The guy, the one bite. Everybody knows the rules guy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's him, but I know they have a whole bunch of podcasts under the Barstool.
Yeah.
Under the
I
Barstool.
listen to that kind of stuff, or Joe Rogan or stuff. You know, that's interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think the more you know, the better you're gonna be as a person.
Oh yeah. Because you know, I'm a history buff, and like I said, the aliens. It's always fascinated me, and even my wife will go, once the kids have a question at school, go ask him, go ask your father. I'm not touching this one. Go
okay. I'm not allowed to tell my kids answers because, you know, mom knows it's going to come back, and I'm going to be straightforward with him. I'll tell him, you know, probably some alien did it, or you know.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to hear the answer what I'm going to tell you.
Oh, guilty as charged. I might have been called into a principal's office or two after the fact, but you know, next thing you know, they come and ask me.
Fun though.
Yeah, they'll ask me a question, and an hour later, they're like, "Forget it," because I'm off on a tangent. And
no, I built that into my kids' heads to be open.
That's it.
You know, they question everything, which is awesome.
That's the best way to learn. You know,
100%.
Question everything, look at it, research it, then make your own decision on it. Don't go with 100%. Whatever.
Oh, this guy said I got to cook to 250 degrees for 3 hours. Why wasn't it done? Well, because you're not a cook. You're cooking a recipe. You know? And I love that. And I COVID gave me time to write 2 books. I said wrote. It's funny. I make this joke that I can barely read, and I wrote 2 books. But during COVID, I got the complete barbecue cookbook, which I wrote. And the really cool thing about that book is, you know, when they reached out to me, the publishing company, about writing the book was, you know, I really didn't know where to start. You know, I had the recipes. I had the recipes are easy. I really didn't know where to start. So I just started talking about my foray into barbecue, you know, the story I told you. And then I said, you know, what do I want to do here? So what I did was taught a barbecue class. I just started writing my barbecue class. I'm like, fuck, I've taught almost 100 barbecue classes. After I did it that way, it became easy. Yeah. You know, it just became talking about subject matter, you know, boom, 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 pushing it out. And once I got over that hump of figuring out how to do it, it just became natural. And I love that opportunity to have that. And then right when I put that one out, they reached back out to me and said, hey, do you have time to work on this other project? And I said, let's go. I'm on the wave right now. You know, I'm already in the zone. Might as well do it again instead of get out of it and, you know, try to get it back in. So boom, I popped out 2 in a row, and it was really cool to work with them.
Awesome. Well, brother, it has been an absolute pleasure. I got a feeling that you and I could go for hours.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, there's other pyramids across the world.
Hell yeah.
America's full of them.
But with all the, well, first off, with all your product line, all the Loot and Booties and the books, where can everybody find those online?
Absolutely. Well, so across the world, my rubs can be found at Ace Hardware throughout all the locations nationwide. My Jolly Roger just got available in Lowe's Hardware throughout America and Canada at over 4,000 locations. Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Farm and Fleet, Shields, Big R, Barbecues Galore. A lot of mom and pops across the country. Thank you guys for supporting my my product. Probably your local barbecue store. If they don't sell it, I can get them in contact through my distributor. It's also sold online at lootandbootybarbecue.com. All my products there. You can actually enter code LUCKY13 and get 13% off your entire order. And if you order any books, I'll personally autograph and sign them for you. And thank you for all your support and love.
Awesome. And social media wise, everybody can find you.
Loot and Booty BBQ at Loot and Booty BBQ on Instagram as well. Really, those are the 2 I focus on. I'm a little old school in that, and you know, I have to get my son sometimes to tell me how to, do a reel, but I'll get there someday.
We all will, brother. Well, man, thank you so much for taking the time. This was awesome. I really
man. Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it, bro.
Thank you for everything and all your support and love. And
No worries, brother. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll jump right back in with you. Let me just close this out. Awesome, Chrissy.
Yeah.
Fun guy, great guy.
He does it
You know,
all.
you can see it, like I said, the first time I saw him on TV, he was there all the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know, he had the passion for it. He had the fun
Yes.
of it. You saw the fun. Even when it got down to brass tacks time,
Right.
time to get serious, still had that fun element
Yeah.
to it.
Don't take life too seriously.
But he was
you know?
taking care of business.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm waiting to hear from that for next week, but we'll get there eventually.
We'll get there.
Hell yeah. But, well, that's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found on video. Find video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You have all the episodes right there at your fingertips. On social media, find us at all the links down below. Questions or comments, please send them to Pit Life BBQ Podcast at gmail.com. And like always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.